Yasu Malagedo. Welcome to the Malaka podcast. Computer Love, Part 17.
Still gonna need all the freaking chips, Kip.
Napoleon, don't be jealous that I've been chatting online with babes all day. Besides, we both know I'm training to become a cage fighter.
Since when, Kip? You have the worst reflexes of all time.
Try and hit me, Napoleon.
What?
I said come down here and see what happens if you try and hit me.
Such an idiot.
Let me see what your best move is.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a classic clip from the movie Napoleon Dynamite, released in 2004, which is actually based on the 2004-05 school year. Yes, I just looked it up. I thought it was based in, 1985 or something like that, like The Wedding Singer. No, but it borrows a lot from the 80s, 90s. The point is, yeah, they did have online dating back then. That's around the time I started as well. Yeah, I've been doing this for almost 20 years, which is pretty crazy. But back in the day, they did have the internet in the 80s, and I'm not sure at all if people were trying to get laid online back then. If people cared about computers or whatever. If this podcast was more popular, I'd do more research, but I don't give a shit. The point is, okay, I'm up to part 17 up in this mug. So I'm trying to figure out, like, what is the purpose of mankind here when it comes to online dating? Because I never thought I'd get past maybe two or three of these. You know, I've done. Some are better than others, obviously. I try to remember stories from the past and, just bring them to the forefront here. And it gets pretty crazy. I'm not going to lie. But of course, people seem to like it. My three fans up there. What up? But up, down, left, right. Listen, it doesn't matter where you're from, okay? As long as you support me, that's all that matters. I'm not getting paid for this shit, so it really doesn't matter. I have no sponsors. But in the end, I just like to bring a good story. Because you know what? I like a good story. And, by golly, it's still insane online. It really is. We all know that. But let's just get into it, shall we? So, for the most part, there are still a lot of, in the 80s, 90s, we used to call them hookers. Now we just call them, people that have had way too many stepfathers. But anyways, I was talking to this one girl online here, and, it seemed to be going okay, but clearly, she was just looking for a paycheck. I get it. Hey, listen. Rent is expensive, just trying to find a good friend to pick you up at the airport is, good enough. But she said, as an undercover agent, I have an obligation to keep my position safe. You can't reveal so much information freely. All right. So at this point, I just said, fuck it. Let's just have a good time here. So I said, I see. So how much money do you make on OnlyFans? LOL. And she said, take a guess. And I said, $69,000 a month. And of course, I never got a response. But the point is, ladies and gentlemen, maybe guys too, maybe there's some, some mimbos out there that are just looking for a paycheck as well, gigolos, whatever, maybe they're on OnlyFans too, but stick to OnlyFans and just get as much money as you can from these guys, as long as possible, because, we all know that's going to last forever. I'm sure Playboy Playmates, from the 90s are saying the same thing. But the point is, come on. I mean, this is online dating. Just, you know, Jesus, like just put up a sign that says, look, I didn't, I gave up. Okay. And just say, listen, I'm looking for a paycheck. That's it. I would respect you a lot more. Stop wasting my time and others' time. You know, get your nursing degree, go to like a nursing home, get a part-time job. This is probably the more easier way to get, an older person to give you money, but please stop wasting your time. Thank you. So this next person I talked to, we seem to have a good little rapport back and forth, so far so good. And then she tells me, like I always ask women, like, how'd you end up here, on whatever site, what happened, whatever. And, she said, well, she was in an open marriage and, she was crushed. And, because those always work. And I asked her, like, are you still interested in the person that you were married to? And she says, no idea. We've been together for 18 years. Okay, so here's your first problem. If you don't like the person you're with, or even better, if you have no idea, if you're living with a person for 18 years and still have to ask yourself, I have no idea if I still like this person, it could be a problem. I'm just putting that out there, just maybe, And then we're just talking a little bit more. I'm like, why are you like, just like, why aren't you officially single? Like, why can't you clearly let go? And then she's like, I'm single because I don't tolerate men telling me they've like to fuck me 5 minutes into a conversation. I don't tolerate them wanting a guarantee of a BJ if they drive to, her location, which I'm assuming is close to hell. So, and you do meet a few people online here who do have open marriages. They obviously go online to explore, because that, never makes things worse. I've look, I'm not gonna lie. I've seen women for maybe 5 seconds that I want to fuck. So if ladies, if you're not used to this, then I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, guys out there, if you could be a little bit more patient, I always just tell this to guys in general. It doesn't matter if you're, not online or, if you're a pervert, whatever. But listen, the essence of sex is always there. If a woman is interested, that means maybe she'll fuck you in the future. You don't have to say, hey, baby, you're hot, man. I want to fuck you so bad, man. Time out, okay? Just relax, take a couple more cold showers. I get it, it's a summertime. We got to, release our seed into the wild and, have you ever tried fucking in the water? I don't know. I have. It's not bad. It's just, I don't know. They say the chlorine's bad, but my point is, I don't know where I'm going with this. The point is, just, relax. The essence of sex is always there. So just, chill out. So you can see like already her frustration and all that. And, and she's saying, look, I just want to go into, a bar and chat. It's fun and all that. And, she's talking about being, just whatever, having a good time. Her photographer showed up, and her old friend was there too, so lots of fun. So I'm thinking, okay, photographer, what's going on here? And then she's like, yeah, I give performances, and now I'm really wondering what's going on here. And she says, I'm a burlesque dancer. And I'm like, oh, okay. So those of you who don't know what a burlesque dancer is, to be honest with you, I'm not quite sure what it is either. Basically, it's I think it's a dancer who dresses up like way more fancy than she has to, to entice men on stage. I'm not saying she's a stripper. I'm not saying she works at a strip club. I'm just saying it's more of a classy way. I don't know. They used to do it all the time in the 20s, I think. I don't know. I think I think that's how Al Capone got syphilis. I don't know. But the point is, yeah, so that's her, and I think, she kind of lost interest because I was just, I don't think I was taking her seriously, but the whole open marriage thing, that's always good to hear. I kept asking her a bunch of questions. How'd you get into burlesque shows and nothing? And just after a while, I give up. What are you gonna do? I'm an Aries. My patience, goes everything to the Toronto Maple Leafs, and we know where that toilet bowl goes. But the point is, open marriages. If that's your thing, cool. But you're gonna have to prepare yourself for like a lot of disappointment, and it's just it's not good. Listen. I think a lot of people do open marriages because they're afraid to be alone, but at the same time, they want to see what else is out there. Stop being insecure. Just go out there. It's not working. Just go out there and break it off. But then again, I don't know. Rent is expensive, so I don't know. You got to live together and pay the rent. Hey man, you know what? It's on you guys. You know what? I don't give a shit. Do what you want. So another woman I talked to, very beautiful, seemed way too good to be true. Of course, I see the picture, I see the area code, I see me, and I'm like, okay, I'm definitely being scammed here. So, I start talking to her, and she said she moved from the States to Canada, which is, always great to hear that somebody wants citizenship. And she's like, my ex-boyfriend was pressuring me, to do whatever the fuck. I don't know. I don't care. Because I broke up with him. Okay, and then I caught him cheating, broke up with him, blah, blah, blah. He begged me, but I can't go back to him because I can't go back to a cheater. Oh, good for you. Okay, all right. So, she's got the whole, script written in front of her. That's good. And then she says, she met him online. That's the whole thing. Met him through Facebook, blah, 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 and somehow she ended up, kind of close to me, in the area. Wow. Imagine that, right? Too good to be true. But yeah, to go from LA to Canada, yeah, nobody believes you. But the point is, again, you got to pick up on all the red flags here. Again, I look at her, I look at me. This isn't even close. Putting it as Beauty and the Beast is just, I mean, that's being more than generous. But again, you got to watch out for the scams here. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. These days, you really got to be careful of these scams. So, just a heads up. I mean, it's, yeah. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. So just keep that in mind. Look at her and look at you. You know the answer, guys. So another person I talked to, she seemed cool. She even talked about, having a past relationship here and dealing with some guy. I don't know. There's always some asshole in the picture, and I don't know. She's talking about she's on top of a sleeping giant. She enjoys going to strip clubs. She's just all over the place. I don't know. She's one of these people that just says every fucking detail, and if you pick up maybe 10% of it, consider yourself lucky. But then she goes into more details that are more coherent. I was married for 8 years. Left him a while ago, and then he came out as gay and got into trouble with the law, lived a whole double life. She has no contact with him. I asked her, why are you single? Try not to laugh. And then she said, I don't know why I'm single. The people I meet is interesting. I did date someone for about 7 months, but he jumped into a relationship way too quick after a separation. I'm not settling. I take my time and make sure it's the right person. And big things, which could mean she's into fat guys, big dicks, big wallets, maybe fat asses like me. Who knows? But the point is, there's a few women I've talked on to hear, and why the relationship has ended is because the guy ends up being gay. I don't know if that That's pretty crazy. You know, I mean that, and you know, dealing with COVID and dealing with you know 9/11 or whatever situation you're dealing with. Okay, that's pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie. But then, again, I feel like at some point, I'm just talking to like a fucking toddler here, you know, I don't know, like I feel like I got kidnapped and dropped off on Epstein Island here. But then it says today my energy level was poop. I get it. You know, maybe you don't want to say shit, but I, I don't know. And then she's trailing off here about when I moved in here, the power was off, and I didn't even notice the bathroom. The hydro on, and it looks like they tried to fix the ceiling above the shower, but they did not. All wrong. Me English good. So it looks bad. Since I'm on a mission to do things, I want to fix it. And I bought the putty stuff, and then the blah 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 blah. She just drones on and on and on, and I don't know. For a while, you know, I was just trying to, you know, when you call someone on their shit and go, listen, like I don't understand what you're saying, blah 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 blah, you know. But then like they don't understand like how they're, you know, like the English language really works, and you know, then we said whatever, and then months later we ended up talking again for some reason because I guess we were both bored. And then, I don't know, she kind of disappeared again because maybe she remembered who I was, you know. But the point is just, I mean, all I could say is this. Please get to the point when you're talking to someone. And, you know, please don't act like you've known someone online for 20 years when you haven't even known them for 20 seconds. I mean, just, you know, like, it's okay. It's okay to take your time, get to know someone. It's okay, you know. Just take your time. That's all. You know, and I don't know, if you fall in love with a gay guy, hey, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? So I talked to another woman here, you know, because I hate myself, and you know, she seems all right as well. You know, I don't know, she couldn't understand that, you know, my real name was my name. I don't know, she couldn't grasp that concept. I don't know, so we're already off to a good start here. And then she's like, well, you don't have to be angry, okay? You sound annoyed. I'm like, well, you know, yeah, I don't know, like even Mickey Mouse told you, M-I-C, you know, K-E-Y, although I'm, you know, Michael, but still, it's very easy. It's two syllables, you know, sometimes people get the E and the A mixed up, but that's okay. You know, things happen. You know, and then I think she's one of these people that, like, you ever talk to someone online and they just automatically seem angry? You can tell why they're single already. And, you know, she's telling me we're not a good match. And, you know, but she'll still listen to my podcast. So that's great. I mean, you know, worst case scenario, if you find me annoying, you're going to love my podcast. So, I mean, I don't understand the logic there, but again, thank you for the support. So I talked to somebody else here, and yeah, you know, she seems okay, you know. All right, things are good, you know. She's talking about, you know, living her dreams, and you know, I'm just laughing at that, you know, because that's, you know, a cliche, that saying. And she goes, LOL. I don't understand why that's funny. I mean, I'm just trying to go with the flow here, whatever, but. Again, again, you look at a picture and then you look at the location, and sometimes you're like, there's no fucking way this matches. There's no way. But then, you know, you read a little bit, you know, you see if, you know, they can keep up with the lie, you know, just for shits and gigs. Why not tell the story in a podcast? You know, what else you got to do? And then, she says, you know, you're describing yourself, whatever. What do you enjoy? She's like, when I'm with my partner, I enjoy some good cuddles. Well, who doesn't? I mean, who doesn't? You know, I love if my partner is caring, ambitious, and shares the same interests with me. That's nice. That's nice. I'm not okay if my partner cheats. Of course. Who doesn't? You know, who wants that? right? Things I will never do, betray my partner. Oh, that's good. That's good. Seems like a sweetheart. My must thing in the near future to do, enter the Forbes. Okay, great. It doesn't say on her own, but you never know. You never know. These days, I'm obsessed with myself. Okay, that's healthy. That's healthy. On my first date, I'd like to go on a cruise date. So your very first date, you're saying that we should go on, like, because some of these cruises, I'm like, first of all, I fucking hate cruises. Okay, if you hate or if you like cruises, go fuck yourself. I don't want nothing to know you. If you like riding bicycles, I want nothing to know you. If you somehow get off on mosquito bites, you're just a weirdo. But the point is, you expect our first date to actually go on a cruise, for weeks on end, and assuming we see each other for the first time, we don't like each other, but then we're stuck with each other for 2 to 4 weeks. Okay. So again, fake profile, pretty obvious here. I don't think nothing else to hide. But again, a lot of times, the face looks too perfect. Almost looks like a porcelain doll. That could be, an automatic red flag. But when someone says they want to spend a first date in a cruise, it's either a typo or you can't afford her. So either way, I don't think it's going to work. So another person I talked to, first of all, I know right off the bat we're not going to work because, there's a chain in Canada, I don't know if you've ever heard of it, called Second Cup, which probably makes the worst cup of coffee. She says Second Cup is amazing. So Ralph, right off the bat, we're just doomed. But yeah, we just keep talking, and you could tell it's really going well. And of course, I'm being extremely sarcastic here, and I don't know, we're just droning on here, and I don't know. Sometimes, like, and again, little interests, like a cup of coffee. I'm not saying that we won't get along, but sometimes you can just feel the attitude in the chat, right? And again, Second Cup, I can't stress this enough. If you go there and have their coffee, it is literally like fucking mud. It is horrible. I knew it wasn't going to work. I don't want to judge someone on a cup of coffee, but surprise, surprise, here we are. So another person I talked to, okay, seems all right. Just talking, nothing seems okay, but then at one point she says, gotta keep it vague for safety reasons. Okay, so that's good. So she knows, like, right off the bat, you gotta keep it going, have a good little rapport. That's nice. Lots of things make me laugh. I laughed often. So that's good. You laugh often. But again, it seems like she couldn't just take the conversation seriously. Like, she's always kind of laughing, always, like you can't get a good read on her. Like, you ever talk to someone and you can't tell if they're just joking or they don't take life seriously. So, again, you got to feel out that. And it's, and you're a guy, you'll stick in there more, longer than you have to, because, we're guys, we're fucking idiots. And but it was pretty clear at this point it just wasn't going to work. So that's okay. Things happen. It's all right. It's okay. We're still here. We're still good. And then talking to this one person here, you ever see somebody online and, like, you can't tell if they're wearing maybe like a tube top or if they're actually naked, from like the shoulder up. And they could be. You never know. It looks like this person just woke out of bed. Again, I'm a guy. I'm just gonna go with the flow here, whatever. So I looking through her profile. Things, or when I'm with my partner, I want to watch so much TV with somebody, true crime and stand-up comedy. Okay, so comedy I get, true crime a little creepy, just a little creepy. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if you guys ever saw that sketch on Saturday Night Live where the women were saying they were on, or they really like true crime, and it's creepy. But again, we're guys. We're gonna put up with fucking anything. But then here's one thing I don't understand. She said, "I love if my partner is based." I don't know what that means. I don't know. So let's go to Google here. What does based mean? Let's see here. Push enter. Okay. Established, grounded, or focused on a specified principle or belief, fact, or method, etc. Okay, so you want someone that's, settled in their own ways, and you're very much into, crime TV and a lot of, maybe weird shit. So, I mean, is this going to work? Probably not. But, hey, you want someone who's based, as long as they're not a base head. That's my main concern. So, but yeah, that fizzled. Then I talked to someone, and else, let's keep the torture going, and it didn't go well at all. Again, it's one of those things, just automatic, oil, water, I think you're misleading. How are you misleading? You called it. You make no sense. No, you don't make no sense. Blah 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 blah. And it's just holy shit. Kaboom. Somehow I end up getting her number. I don't know how that even happened. I mean, yeah, that was a fucking disaster. But a lot of times you just know right off the bat if it's going to work or not. So, yeah, But then again, I'm a guy, so I don't know. Who cares? And then a lot of times you talk to someone, all you want is someone local. I'm in Canada. For some reason, they gave me, someone in the States. That always works. Just talking to this person. No, actually, no. You know what? I didn't even talk to this person. Judging by the pictures, she'll probably have a lot of people messaging her for sure. Hi ho, camel toe. Anyways, so more stories about me. Oh, here we go. Okay, so looking for FBOY, friendship where I steal your hoodie, and you steal the ability for me to walk the next day. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say again, it is very important, a father figure in some of these people's lives. Again, you don't have to see your kid every day, but kind of, I don't know, just make sure that, they do see you on a regular basis. Teach them some things. Oh, shit, there's more. And then she likes tatted, pretty eyes, thick thighs. The ass, and she spelled it with $2 signs, is FAT, fat, in, caps. So was the ass, by the way. I just, I forgot to say that, sorry. The vibe is, caps again, powerful. The energy is, in caps, unmatched. Keep it real with me, and I'll keep it real with you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, surprise, surprise, this is a black woman. I know, I was shocked too. But, the Jamaican flag was a dead giveaway. Okay, I'm sorry. But the point is, again, it doesn't seem like there'd be a match here. But hey, you know what? You just got to move on, right? Oh, I had more notes about the one girl here who, the porcelain doll. What did she say here? Smooth, like that, you just have a bad attitude and rude, but just a piece of advice. Don't think everyone is the same. Your thinking one day will make you throw your blessings. Hail Mary. Well, first of all, the reason why I said, maybe she's probably saying this to me is because she kept changing her location. I mean, again, if you're going to scam someone, at least don't change the location or make up another profile, whatever. You know what I mean? I see bullshit. I call it. It is what it is. I told her all this. Then she's like, LOL. I don't have to explain anything to you. That's right. Yeah. Leave it for the courts. But the point is, again, if you're going to scam someone, shame on you. But if you are, at least, keep up with the location. That's all. Is this so much to ask for, really? Then someone else here I talked to, yeah, going back and forth here. And then yeah, and then she, of course, she lives way out of the city. I'm not making those trips anymore. No fucking way. I mean, it depends where the subway takes me, but even then, that's a bit of a stretch these days. Anyways, and then she's, whatever. I'm fine. The area's fine, whatever. And then she says, I've just been introduced into the app, so I'm just testing the waters. But I'm only interested in hookup. And then she puts a dollar sign. Oh boy. Okay. And so then I'm like, okay. I'm like, what do you mean? And she goes, meeting and having some bedroom fun. I'm like, okay. Okay. So there you go. Listen, I'm not here to judge people. I'm just here to tell a good story and what I've been through in my life, ladies and gentlemen. But I do have to call. I do have to ask a few questions here. So then I look through her profile, and she's saying certain things, and I'm like, okay, whatever. And then she said, she's like, oh, I like to have fun and this and this. And then all of a sudden, at one point during this, or in her profile, it says, something like having sex with my dad. And Jesus Christ, I'm like, okay, so like we gotta figure this out here. So then I asked her, like, I mean, do you mind if I ask you a question about something you said in your profile? And and I said, she said, I never have sex with my dad, like things I will never do, and that's good. I would say that's definitely a good thing. You should not have sex with your dad. I've heard stories about the states and the South, but you guys do what you got to do. But and then she said, I've heard a scenario about that before, and some do it in porn. Okay. I don't know. Like, I mean, she must know that these are, well, I mean, to say actors and actresses are, a bit of a stretch, but these aren't actually, real daughter and father situations here, I mean, maybe they are. Who the fuck knows? But I don't want to know. The point is, and I'm just asking her, like, what is, okay. So, like, at this point, I'm just like, holy shit, this is pretty crazy. So, I says, okay, so it sounds like you're looking for a fuck buddy, or you're a prostitute, and life just failed. So. But she's like, yeah, but not free. So I'm just curious. So like, I don't know. All of a sudden, I'm at the a hooker restaurant here. So I'm just like, okay, how much is it? And she goes, short time $200, overnight $500. Ladies and gentlemen, again, OnlyFans is. And I'm sure you can find her on OnlyFans somewhere. Maybe they give a discount there. I don't know. The point is, I'm very scared for the future of society. This is just crazy. I mean, like, even if I was gonna say this could be a joke. This very well could be a joke. Do I think it is? I don't think so. I really don't. But the point is, if you got some extra cash, she's available. She's here to serve your needs. And she's she's got a fat ass. Yep. Okay, there you go. There it is. The point is, it looks like she could be mixed. I don't know. Like, are you allowed to say that anymore? I don't care. The point is, hey. Again, I think the theme for today's podcast, ladies and gentlemen, is just, like, how am I going to pay my rent? It is very, very expensive. So there you go. I mean, short time. Like, does that mean, like, is that a knock on Koreans or okay, whatever. The point is, she's there to serve your needs. Okay, so go for it. Oh God. So talk to someone else because let's keep this torture coming. And again, one of these people, you can tell right off the bat, it's not going to work. She's just very angry. You don't even meet somebody and you're already sending pictures of them or pictures of, things that you're going to do that day, including, liquor and bags of weed. And again, I've partaken in such things, of course, but you're not really selling yourself well. It's not a good thing. She has good taste in music and all that shit, but I'll give her that. But at the same time, you're not selling yourself really well. So if you're just looking for attention, I mean, it's not good. So again, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm assuming guys were doing this as well. Let's not let's not talk about our demons right up front there. Yeah, and again, if you make fun of somebody, that's not going to help your case either. So and then if you say you weren't aware of it, and then 5 minutes later you do it again, and next time you pick up the phone, you're just yelling in the phone, and you just hang up. It really shows a sign of psychotic. But again, it didn't work. So, talk to someone else here. Things are okay. We talked for a little bit, and then she kept saying she's very sick. She doesn't want to meet up if she doesn't have any money. Or I said, listen, I'll pay for coffee, ice cream, we'll go out for a little bit, something very simple, nothing too crazy, But then eventually, again, like something is not up here, because she's constantly high, you don't have any money, but you have money for weed, you're not working, but then, and then at one point she says, I own 2 properties, and so a lot of back and forth things, you know what I mean? So again, I think this woman was just basically looking for a paycheck again. And, again, you gotta stick to one story here, maybe you confuse yourself with your twin or something like that. But again, it's very, very disconcerting. Ladies, gentlemen, like everybody out there, you gotta have a job. Okay. There's plenty of jobs out there, I mean, it's bad enough like you're in your 40s and still, living with your mother, and yeah. Okay, you can blame COVID all you want, but let's be honest. If it didn't happen, it would still be the same story. You know what I mean? So please, just get your shit together, and I don't know, put the weed down for 2 seconds and just get a fucking job, will you? I mean, or you could sell one of your properties, one of your many properties here, and actually, put it towards your life, but. Who knows, man? It sounds like another paycheck. But anyways, talk to another person here. Again, same thing. Please, again, if you're going to have the scam going, to try to get money, fake videos, all that shit, please check your grammar. During a date, I show affection. I prefer hold, hand, and hug. My God, like was she trying to use as many H words as she could, or just, again, try like I don't think if you don't believe the scam, I don't expect anyone else to. So please, my God. Moving on. So another person, I was, talking to her. It just didn't seem like it was going well. I almost believe I talked about my podcast, and I think a lot of people like the podcast. Nobody listens, but the people that do like it for some reason, they some good feedback, some bad, and what's weird is at one point she said, I said I have a controversial social media account, not a conversational job. But then she says I'm a social worker. I own a therapy business and then work for the government during the day. I mean, I don't know. Is she James Bond? Like how the fuck is she doing all this shit? I mean, I can see why you attract women on OnlyFans, though. Best of luck to you. I didn't mention OnlyFans. I don't know. Like I made a vegan comment because because we don't know how happy those people are. But yeah, no, I don't know. Maybe I made a joke or something. But yeah, that was just weird. But then at one point, she's like, just she put up a bunch of pictures too, and I'm close to a mental hospital. Don't worry. The point is, I don't know. She might be one of them. The point is, we tried to get along here. Obviously, it didn't work. But she did say she did listen to 30 seconds of my podcast and just wasn't feeling my vibe. So that's 30 seconds more than most people. So thank you for that at least. But what I found really disturbing was she put up all these pictures. Most of them fine, whatever. But there's one or two pictures here, especially one of them. She's posing like in a pool, and it's weird. Like she's topless, possibly even bottomless, and she's got like a little icon over her tits there, so no nudity, whatever. But then like literally 10 feet away, not even from like in the pool, is a kid and like smiling, and it looks like a girl. Maybe she's like, I don't know, 11, 12 or something. Like maybe it's her daughter or something like that. But why would you pose naked with like your daughter there and then post it online? And not only is it going to come back to haunt you, and if you're working in the government, I think this is I'm pretty sure this is a big no-no. And then there's another picture, same thing, but it looks like this one she might be in a car, and she's topless. And then again, it looks like the same kid in the background, and another kid, like kind of like in the passenger seat, or maybe they're sitting outside. I can't really tell, but she's just grinning away, and I'm like, dude, this is fucked up. God damn. So, yeah, the point is, if you're gonna, don't pose nude with your kids and put it online, man. I mean, and then say you work for the government. Holy fuck. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Let's try to move on here. And again, see, most of the times you hear like these disturbing stories, I don't know, like you feel in one of these pictures, I don't know, Chris Hansen's going to walk in here, but, I guess women are, fucking fucked up too. But the point is, try not to do that, eh? Just a thought. Then I talked to another woman on here, and yeah, we seem to be getting along really well. Things are cool. Things are great. Got things in common, whatever. And then she's like, I really got to tell you something. I'm like, what is it? Oh, I can't tell you. I'm like, bullshit. Like, you can't tell someone that and then not tell them. And then they're like, okay, well, I'll be honest with you. My ex gave me herpes. So my last story involves, me just meeting up with this woman one day. And yeah, we talked for a while, it was a good little rapport, we're trying to get our schedules together. She was busy, I was busy, blah, 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 blah. At one point, she just sent me pictures of her, one of them looked good, just, her and her face, whatever, a little cleavage, sure, why not? Another one, and again, I didn't ask for these. I just want to go on record. Another one was her bare ass. Another one was, her shaved halalalala. And, another one, their tits. So, there's the Holy Trinity right there. So I'm assuming at this point she likes me on some level. And then I meet up with her and, we have a good little rapport there, just talking for a little bit. Come back to my place, make out a bit. And then all of a sudden she's like, well, I have to leave. You know, I have to help my son move. You have to help your son move like right now. Like at nighttime, it's, you know, I don't know, like is he moving out of the projects? Like what's going on here? So, and at this point, I mean, you know, I let a lot of things go. I mean, she's talking about her kid. I mean, her one kid there almost seemed like, you know, again, I don't mean to talk bad against, you know, millennials or Gen X, whatever, but Jesus Christ, I mean, you guys got to grow a pair of balls. I mean, you know, it just, I don't know if you need your, you know, older mother to help you move, you know, if you can't get someone, you know, like everybody knows someone with a truck. Come on, please, you know. Come on, you know, always crying to your mommy. I mean, it was a whole thing there with this guy, and then she had a daughter, and the daughter was younger, and she was telling me how she was going out with this guy who, like, already had a bad cocaine problem at the age of 18, and you know, and she's just laughing about it. So I don't know if it's one of these like laughs that, you know, is like, oh my God, help me, or she really finds it funny. She's very, you know, sick. But then again, you know, there were great pictures she sent me. So I was like, okay, let me just go with the flow here. Sorry, ladies, we're guys. We're guilty of this. I get it, but sometimes, you know, it's just, you know, I don't know. Only God can judge me. Anyways, God, I hope God is a guy. Anyways, so, you know, and she just disappeared. And she said, oh, don't worry, I'm gonna come back tonight. You know, I'm like, all right, cool, no worries. And surprise, surprise, she doesn't come back, you know. And then I was just worried, you know, because she usually responds, you know, pretty good. And I know what you guys are thinking. Maybe she wasn't feeling the vibe or whatever. But then even after she left, we were still texting. You know, you're a good kisser. You're all this, blah, 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 blah. You know, so I was like, cool. Okay, it's not like she's mad at me or pissed off or, you know, disappointed, you know, seeing me in person like most women. But I was like, okay, you know, and then I finally reached her. I left my phone in the car. I was helping him move, and you know, and I was really worried. I thought maybe something happened to her because she responds right away. Again, she's one of these people that like will. I mean, she would send me voice notes like, oh my fucking Lord. I mean, that were like 4 or 5 minutes long, and like it's just crazy shit. I mean, you know, I wish I could play it. You know, I don't get sued, but. Yeah, it was just, I mean, just droning on about her life. And, you know, sometimes she'd be like, well, I'm doing this now. I'm like, I don't know you, you know? So again, I really have to put emphasis on, you know, the whole online dating thing in the sense where I think a lot of people are just very desperately lonely, you know? And I'm not saying I don't get lonely too. I am not judging at all. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, like, keep in mind, like, I don't tell people everything in my life, especially people that I've never even met before. You know what I mean? Like, or even talked to on the phone yet. Like, it's fucking crazy. So a lot, I mean, you can tell she's been through a lot in her life, and, you know, and a lot of people hate her. You know, her ex doesn't like her. She gets into fights with her people. I mean, she lives in a basement apartment. You know, she gets into fights with her upstairs people there, and apparently she was telling me a story that her people upstairs, like, they fuck so loud that you can hear like the backboard hit the wall at like 1, 2, 3 in the morning. And you know, she's tried to complain, and then the guy will threaten her, and she'll threaten the guy, and it's a whole fucking thing there. And like at one point, I think they have a few kids, and like they were fighting, and the little kid knocked on her door, you know, just, oh, you know, like, help me, whatever. And it's some real, you know, fucking Jerry Springer shit here. And it's fucking crazy. So like everywhere she goes, she's just surrounded by this. And I think a lot of it she just brings on herself. But, you know, the point is, man, you got to get your shit together. Okay? You have to. Please, you know, like, don't, like, I'm not trying to be non-sympathetic here, but Jesus, like, I'm not a therapist, you know. I shave my head, but I'm not Dr. Phil. You got to get some professional help. Yeah, you do. But in the end, please, you know, in all seriousness, like, get help. I'm not saying just her, but in general, you know, if you're showing guys, you know, the coochie, which I'm not gonna lie, it looked pretty good, because usually, you know, like a picture this up close does not look good. And for a woman that's older, it's not bad, man. I gotta say, pretty, you know, shaven, not stirred. It's cool. Point is, sorry, I got distracted. The point is, you know, this online thing is fucked. It really is. I mean, this is another happy podcast I did, but in the end, ladies and gentlemen, you know what you're getting yourself into. You know, see the signs. And I don't know. Will there be a part 18? Yeah. Fuck it. Why not? The point is, you know, ladies, guys, just try to be respectful. You know, you're I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. But ladies, you know, really be aware of what you're doing, how you're acting. And again, I'm not judging you. I get it. You want to get out there and do your thing. But, you know, keep in mind, you know, you gotta be classy. Try to, you know, don't give us the whole novel. Okay, we just met you. Take your time. That's all. Really think about, and just, you know, with anybody, think about what you want in life, you know, and from this dating world, especially online dating, because, you know, like half the people you meet, I don't care if you're a guy, girl, it's going to be a fucked up situation. It is what it is. I've always said there's a reason why people are online, you know. But really think about what you want in life and go from there. So I'm exhausted. This is insane, you know. But again, you know, keeping a well-kept vagina, it is. I'm assuming it's important. I mean, like from a woman's perspective, you know, hey, it is what it is. What are you gonna do? In the end, this has been another thrilling episode of Computer Love, Part 17.
I'll be waiting outside for you, baby. Bye, Napoleon.
See ya.
LaFonda is the best thing that has ever happened to me. I'm 100% positive that she's my soulmate. Napoleon, I'm sure there's a babe out there for you too. I think so.